Hey Leo, this is your bi-weekly reading for tarot. We go from lunation to lunation, and so we work with the waxing and waning energies that we have opportunity to take advantage of each and every single month. This particular reading is working with the waning energy for an approximate 2-week period of time from September 29th with the full moon in Aries in tropical astrology to October 14th for the new moon in Libra in tropical astrology, and also the first eclipse of eclipse season, which is going to be with the south node. It's a south node eclipse, which has more of that releasing energy. So there's a lot of buildup towards this releasing kind of energy. And in these readings, if this is your first time joining, welcome. We are doing short little bites to get additional guidance from spirit, guides, whatever you call it, higher self, cosmic consciousness, to see what area of life we need to focus our attention, do some inventory, see what needs to be cleared out in that creating space, in that clearing things out, in that wrapping things up that need to be wrapped up and tied up in a little bow, all of those kinds of things. We get to move energy in such a way that would, in this reading, what we're reading for is what would benefit our life and ripple out in our life overall in the most beneficial way. So that's what we're looking at here. The area of life that's come up for you is the 9th house. I'm feeling this deck for pulling out a little bit of advice for how to go about doing that. Oh, okay. All right, Leo. So here we are taking a look at the 9th house, which has to do with any kind of higher learning, like education, being a student, right? Of the esoteric arts as well, but just in general, doesn't have to be esoteric arts, and also teaching. So you might be also someone who does both, or you are in education, create courses, anything like that. This is about the expansion and exploration of not just the physical spaces in our world, but also our mind, expanding our mind, expanding our beliefs. Our beliefs live here, especially when they have to do with, we could say like, spiritual or organized religion type things. That doesn't have to be monotheistic religions, like it could be pantheistic. So just like our worldview as well. And so the energy overall to get for the 9th house is it's really about expansion, exploration, like really extending ourselves beyond the reaches of our normal immediate world. And that also can include dealing with or interacting with people from foreign lands, like foreign meaning far away from you, wherever you are in the world. Some other continent, right? Like just some other place in the world that's far from you, some other culture, right? Something that seems very different, foreign in that sense. And that can involve also travel. So these are all of the areas that are applicable to where you need to be looking in this area. Now, I realize that that could be kind of broad, but I give you all of these significations so that you can, for yourself, see what makes sense, like what is actually clicking for you. It is a collective reading. As I always say, this could be your message, could not be. If it's not, it's a collective reading. Move on to looking at your sun sign if this is your rising sign. Best way to do this is a one-to-one reading. So information that is down below for that is down below if you want that. Now, how to handle, navigate, deal with any kind of additional advice that's coming through for you is the Hanged Man. And it's really about looking outside. I feel like it fits very well with this actually. It's really about looking at things like being outside the box, not looking at it the way that society looks at it, that the people around you look at it, really taking a different approach and thinking outside the box when it comes to either finding solutions or deciding on a path to take, or realizing like what is outdated, what isn't really aligned with regard to like maybe what you're learning, what you're teaching, where you want to travel, how you want to expand yourself, the beliefs that you have, the worldviews that you have, all of these kinds of things. And perhaps like while you're doing inventory to see what aligns, what doesn't, what needs to be. And when I say released, it doesn't mean letting go and getting rid of all of the time. Yes, it can mean that, but it can also mean releasing creative projects. Perhaps you are creating courses and this is like, you're looking for like what you want to release into the world as far as like what you want to teach, right? So like think of it in different ways. This is really about receiving that kind of like those downloads, those epiphanies that feel like They come from whatever you want to call it, divinity, cosmic consciousness, right? It comes from the universe, whatever. But where you get these epiphanies that really come through. It reminds me of like when you were a kid, if you ever like hung upside down from the monkey bars, or hung upside down from your bed or the couch, and just like looked at the world upside down, imagined yourself walking around upside down. It's like there's a whole different perspective. So it's turning things on their head and really trying to see things from a unique perspective. So that's the encouragement that you have. So I would say, in a more practical sense, how, if it doesn't make sense, like how you can really apply that, if you're like, well, how do I do that? I mean, you could physically, literally, just like hang upside down. I've done that in my adult life, and honestly, it still works. I still get ideas that way. But even if it's not something, if that feels too silly for you, this could be as like changing up your routines, changing up the way that in which you do things in order to have a different perspective. I mean, it's just like when you choose to do things out of the order that you normally do in your day, just like there's sometimes, because you do that, because you take a different route, because you walk a different way on your normal daily walks, like whatever it is, you see things from a different perspective, you get these epiphanies, right? So it can be something as simple as that. So a couple of days after these come out, the monthly readings will come out. Those are more extensive readings. Those go over the entire month and take a look at any challenges and advice that come through with that. Also, the astrological highlight video will be out for the first half of October. So I will be talking more about the eclipse season that is upon us. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please give the video a like. It really does help me as I'm trying to build this channel so that I can be seen by more people, and tells the algorithm gods that it's worth seeing. So if you haven't already subscribed, why not do that and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos that I have on the horizon as they come out. So thanks for your time. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.